ADBN, Advocate Broadcasting Network. ADBN, Advocate Broadcasting Network.
This is ADBN News at 7. The headlines. President Tinubu reiterates commitment to sustainable economic solutions, announces youth conference to address challenges facing youths. Senate President Senator Akpabio and Chief Justice Kekereekun bag national honors as Nigeria commemorates 64th independence anniversary. Citizens reflect on progress as Nigeria celebrates 64th independence anniversary amid mixed public sentiments. Anticipated 1st October protests fizzles out as security operatives foil attempt in FCT and other states. On the foreign scene, Nepal government faces backlash over rescue coordination failures amid ongoing flood crisis as death toll surpasses 200. In sport, former Barcelona and Spain star Andres Iniesta to announce retirement from football 8 October. Good evening and a happy independence. I am Beat O'Brien. Now, the details. President Bola Tinubu has outlined his administration's commitment to reforming the political economy and defense structures since assuming office 16 months ago. President Tinubu, while speaking during a national broadcast on Nigeria's 64th independence anniversary, lamented that Nigeria's current precarious situation stems from past mistakes and missed opportunities, urging citizens not to let these errors dictate the nation's future. In his address, President Tinubu acknowledged the numerous challenges facing the economy and the severe security issues present when he assumed leadership. He stressed the necessity of correcting fiscal misalignments to avoid an uncertain future and potential dire consequences.
The central concern of our people today is the high cost of living, especially food costs. This concern is shared by many around the globe as prices and the cost of living continue to rise worldwide. My fellow Nigerians, please be assured that we are implementing many measures to reduce the cost of living here at home. I commend the governors, particularly in Kebbi, Niger, Jigawa, Kwara, Nasarawa, and other Southwest governors that have embraced our agricultural production program. I urge other states to join the federal government in investing in mechanized farming. We are playing our part by supplying fertilizer and making tractors and other farm equipment available.
The president assured that the economy is undergoing essential reforms to better serve its citizens sustainably while reiterating his commitment to finding lasting solutions aimed at alleviating the suffering of the people, while urging for patience as positive signs of reform begin to emerge.
As I address you today, I am deeply aware of the struggles many of you face in these challenging times. Our administration knows that many of you struggle with rising costs and the search for meaningful employment. I want to assure you that your voices are heard. As your president, I assure you that we are committed to finding sustainable solutions to alleviate the suffering of our citizens. Once again, I plead for your patience as the reforms we are implementing show positive signs, and we are beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Additionally, President Tinubu announced a 30-day conference for the nation's youths to discuss and address the challenges they face.
I am pleased to announce the gathering of a national youth conference. This conference will be a platform to address the diverse challenges and opportunities confronting our young people, who constitute more than 60% of our population. It will provoke meaningful dialogue and empower our young people to participate actively in nation building by ensuring that their voices are heard in shaping the policies that impact their lives. We are creating a pathway for a brighter tomorrow. The 30-day confab will unite young people nationwide to collaboratively develop solutions to issues such as education, employment, innovation, security, and social justice. The modality of this confab and selection of delegates will be designed in close consultation with our young people through their representatives.
He indicated that the details regarding the conference and delegate selection would be finalized soon. In a symbolic gesture during Nigeria's Independence Day celebrations, President Bola Tinubu has bestowed the prestigious honor of Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger, GCON, on the Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, and the Chief Justice of the Federation, Justice Kudirat Kekereekun. The announcement was made during the President's address to the nation as part of the celebrations marking Nigeria's 64th independence anniversary. By awarding this honor to two of Nigeria's key leaders, President Tinubu acknowledged their dedication and pivotal roles in the country's governance and judiciary.
As is the tradition, the government will soon announce all the beneficiaries of our national honors for 2024. The Senate President and the Chief Justice of the Federation have been conferred with the honor of the Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger, GCON.
President Tinubu also announced that the Deputy Senate President, Senator Barrow Jibrin, and Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, have their honor of Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, CFR. Deputy Speaker of the House, Honorable Benjamin Kalu, was awarded Commander of the Order of Niger, CON, as part of the national honors.
The Deputy Senate President and the Speaker of the House of Representatives have honor of Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, CFR, while the Deputy Speaker of the House has been awarded Commander of the Order of Niger, CON.
The GCON title is one of the highest national honors, recognizing individuals for their outstanding service and contributions to the nation. For Senator Akpabio, the award of GCON is a fitting reward for his years of public service to Nigeria, having served as governor of Akwa Ibom State 2007 to 2015, Senate Minority Leader 2015 to 2018, Minister of Niger Delta Affairs 2019 to 2022, and President of the Senate from 13th June 2023 till date. In a related development, President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, has felicitated with his colleague, Senator Kaka Shehu Lawan, on his elevation to the prestigious title of Senior Advocate of Nigeria, SAN. During a reception held in honor of Senator Kaka Shehu Lawan, SAN, the Senate President lauded his achievements as a testament to his exceptional legal expertise and commitment to the profession. He expressed confidence that Senator Kaka will continue to serve with excellence and integrity in his new role.
The Senior Advocates Body of Nigeria is actually not unexpected. You have served as Attorney General. You have been a good legal practitioner. You have been a good ambassador of the 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He is not the type that engages in frivolities. You hardly hear his voice unless he has something serious to contribute. This is Senator Kaka Shehu, highly dependable, a detribalized Nigerian, a man with great integrity, a legal icon, a friend to all, a voice for the voiceless, an advocate for the poor and the vulnerable, a great friend and a dependable ally. I'm very proud of him. I'm very proud to be here. Your Excellency, thank you. Send him to us as many times as you can, and we assure you that there will always be a space for him in the Senate.
In his response, Senator Kaka Shehu Lawan expressed gratitude to the Senate President and his fellow colleagues for attending the event and pledged to continue serving the country diligently in his new capacity.
To the uncommon president and the prayer warrior, I think I will not be mistaken if I call you a pastor, because of all the prayers that you have prayed for me this afternoon. May the Almighty Allah accept it. I thank you most sincerely, your Deputy Senate President, the leadership of the Senate, and entire members of the 10th Senate that are here. I thank you most sincerely for the show of love and empathy.
Borno State Governor Professor Babagana Zulum, as well as other dignitaries, graced the occasion. As Nigeria marks its 64th independence anniversary, citizens shared mixed sentiments about the country's progress since 1960. Many believe the nation has strayed from its founding values and lost its sense of direction. Adbn Northwest correspondent Lawal Alihu reports on the state of Nigeria's independence celebrations.
Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, inaugural speech in 1960, envisioned a united Nigeria.
Mr. President, last Saturday, the country which I have the honor to represent, the Federation of Nigeria, became independent and assumed the rights and the responsibilities of a sovereign state. Today, Nigeria has been admitted into the United Nations organization and assumes still more responsibilities.
After this journey, Nigeria is 64 years old today. Bello Gidadawa, a public analyst in Sokoto, while commenting on the journey so far, said the country has lost values that slow the nation's progress.
We lost the value of knowledge and wisdom. You see, with all the schooling and within the country, even outside the country, look at how we misuse knowledge. We find educated people, but they don't apply the knowledge for the benefit of all.
Today marks Nigeria's 64th independence, but how many people have come to celebrate Nigeria's independence today in Sokoto?
As it stands now, there is need for celebration because if you watch, Nigeria got independence at the year 1960. So today marks the days of our independence, and by rights, it should be today's to be Nigerians' birthday. Are you hearing me now? So it's called to celebrate. So I bet anywhere you are, celebrate Nigeria. Feel free, despite the economy, what's going on. Don't feel, just celebrate Nigeria because it's Independence Day.
64 years is a long time, and I think it's called for a celebration. But due to the current situation the country is in right now, I don't think there is much to celebrate. Even the government says so when she said that this year there's going to be another low-key celebration, since the poor people are still getting poorer and the economic of the country is still getting bad, so there is no any cause for celebration.
In his 64th independence speech, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu assured Nigerians of his administration's commitment to finding sustainable solution to alleviate citizens' suffering, which he admitted that he was aware of. From Sokoto, Lawal Aliyu, Adbn News.
Meanwhile, Sokoto State Governor Mr. Ahmed Aliyu Sokoto has emphasized collective action as key solutions to banditry and other security challenges facing the state and Nigeria as a whole. In his independence anniversary message to the people, he highlighted the importance of citizens supporting both federal and state government efforts to protect lives and property. Governor Sokoto noted that since taking office, his administration has invested significantly in securing the state and has established a community guard corps to enhance the efforts of conventional security agencies in safeguarding rural communities. He expressed optimism that the current measures being implemented by federal and state governments would soon overcome the nation's security issues. This is as he urged Nigerians to unite with governments at every level to address the ongoing security concerns and other obstacles hindering the country's development. In Bayelsa, the state governor, Senator Doye Diri, has expressed gratitude to Bayelsans for their overwhelming support and highlighted the state's achievements in peace, infrastructure, healthcare, education, and youth development over the past 4 years. In his independence anniversary address, Governor Diri said he introduced his administration's prosperity agenda, which prioritizes agriculture, security, energy, education, as well as urban renewal.
I express heartfelt gratitude to Bayelsans for overwhelmingly re-electing me and my deputy, Senator Lawrence Erujakbo. We cannot thank you enough for your confidence in our stewardship. Today, we celebrate two momentous milestones: Nigeria's 64th independence anniversary and Bayelsa's 28th statehood anniversary. On behalf of the Bayelsa state government and people, I offer profound congratulations to President Bola Tinubu and all Nigerians. To the people of Bayelsa, I also wish you a joyous anniversary celebration.
He said key projects including the construction of a state secretariat, new roads, housing estates, and a modern stadium as part of the urban renewal initiative. Additionally, Governor Diri committed to tackling environmental issues such as flooding, soot pollution, and oil spills, while striving to unlock the state's economic potential.
Towards building a new Yenagoa city, a number of key projects including ongoing construction of the Glory Drive Phase 3, new legislatures quarters, new commissioners quarters, affordable housing estates, and a modern stadium are being executed. Other signature projects include an independent power plant, provision of pipe-borne water within Yenagoa and environs, 1,000 units of affordable housing across the 8 local governments areas. Honorable Motoke Road, Akaba Okodi Road, Oxbow Lake, Agbura Road, and the Torrebeni Okumbri Kabiama Golorua Road. With their continued support, we will transform Bayelsa into a shining example of what can be accomplished when a state and its people are united.
He called for unity, urging all citizens to collaborate in building a brighter future for Bayelsa and Nigeria.
Our administration pledges not to let you down. Therefore, let us join hands to create a brighter future, building a Bayelsa and Nigeria where every citizen feels valued, represented, and empowered.
In the same vein, on more independent celebration reports, River State Governor Sasim Nalai Fubara has honored the sacrifices of Nigeria's founding fathers, recognizing their commitment to Nigeria's unity and progress. Speaking at the 64th Independence Anniversary celebrations at Government House in Port Harcourt, Governor Fubara noted that despite ongoing socio-economic challenges, citizens still have reasons to celebrate. He called on all Nigerians to support federal initiatives aimed at strengthening democracy, specifically addressing what he termed judicial terrorism, and urged collaborations with the government in efforts towards economic recovery.
It falls on all of us as citizens of this great country to keep faith with our founding leaders by reaffirming our fidelity to the record that we are one indivisible nation under God, and pledge ourselves to each other at the cause of freedom, peace, and justice. Let us also commit ourselves to work hard, to work hand in hand with the federal government to tackle the economic, social, and political challenges, including judicial terrorism, nepotism, corruption, and abuse of power that have diminished our democracy, staved our growth, and caused untold hardship to our people.
The governor lauded President Bola Tinubu's economic reforms and encouraged fellow governors to intensify efforts in combating banditry in the north and pipeline vandalism in the south, viewing these actions as vital to revitalizing the nation's economy. Governor Fubara reaffirmed his dedication to good governance in River States while highlighting achievements in human capital development and infrastructure across sectors.
I commend our president for his bold, dynamic, and pragmatic economic reform, which are targeted at correcting the structural deformity of the past and ushering in a new vista of sustainable economic growth and prosperity to our country. We assure the federal government and Mr. President of our unalloyed loyalty, support from the government and people of Rivers State, and reaffirm our commitment to the unity and progress of Nigeria as one individual nation.
He commended the state security agencies for their role in maintaining peace and expressed gratitude to the people of Rivers State for their ongoing support for his administration. Enugu State also joined in the festivities marking Independence Day, with students from all primary and secondary schools in the urban area marching at the Opara Square in the city center. Representing the governor, secretary to the state government, SSG, Professor Chidiebere Onya, highlighted the excitement and joy surrounding the celebration, while the Commissioner for Education, Professor Ndweze Mba, reiterated the governor's commitment to the renewed hope agenda in the education sector.
Independence anniversary is often a reminder of the sort of excitement that must have been left and felt during the eve and indeed the morning of our independence in 1960.
And I had asked the question, what does renewed hope mean for Enugu? That question was already being answered because of the enormous investments in education reform and human capital development of His Excellency Barrister Dr. Peter Ba, the Executive Governor of Enugu State.
Additionally, the Commissioner for Children, Women and Gender Affairs, Honorable Mrs. Eni, expressed gratitude to the governor and guests for celebrating alongside the students of Enugu State.
Thank you all for coming out to celebrate Nigeria at 64. Your Excellency, we want to especially appreciate you for your belief in our children, for bringing forth the idea of our smart school, for making our children happy.
However, students voiced their dissatisfaction with the current economic situation in the country, noting its adverse effects on their educational experience.
Both on the current situation of Nigeria, I'm not that satisfied because the current situation of Nigeria is affecting every sector of the economy, including all students. And all this hardship and makes our parents find it difficult to pay us.
In related developments, Kaduna State Governor Mr. Uba Sani stated that the 2024 Independence Anniversary arrives amidst significant economic challenges for many households as the nation continues to face difficulties stemming from global economic system and years of mismanagement. Speaking at the Ahmadu Bello Stadium in Kaduna during Nigeria's independence celebrations, he emphasized that the day serves as a reminder for both the nation's sovereignty and the courage and resilience that defines its people. Governor Sani highlighted that both federal and state governments have implemented short, medium and long-term measures to alleviate citizens' hardship. He commended the federal government led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for taking bold and painful economic actions aimed at revitalizing the economy and stabilizing the country. He expressed confidence that with patience and sustained support, Nigeria's economy will recover and the socio-economic conditions of its citizens will improve. He assured that his administration is making substantial investments in agriculture, education, health, innovation and entrepreneurship, adding the transformation of the rural economy is on the way, with numerous road projects completed and more in progress across the states. The governor urged citizens to draw strength from their resilience and ability to unite in adversity, encouraging collaboration to confront and embrace the challenges and opportunities ahead. In Yobe, the state governor, Maimala Buni, has urged Nigerians to support, cooperate and pray for the country's leadership to ensure its success. In a statement issued to mark Nigeria's 64th independence anniversary, signed by his Director General of Media and Press Affairs, Maman Mohammed, Governor Buni emphasized the importance of national unity and collective effort. The statement addressed the prolonged challenges facing the country while highlighting the suffering endured by its citizens and the need for sacrifice, perseverance, and commitment to restore Nigeria's glory. Governor Buni called on traditional, religious, and community leaders to promote peace, tolerance, and cooperation to strengthen unity amongst Nigerians. He further stressed that the effective leadership during these difficult times requires sacrifice, support, and solidarity to achieve success. Meanwhile, Plateau State Governor Barrister Caleb Mutfwang has granted pardon to 5 inmates, urging citizens to embody the spirit of patience, peace, unity, and compassion despite the nation's challenges. In a state broadcast, Governor Mutfwang announced the pardoning of these inmates, citing their significant behavioral improvements. He called on Nigerians to remain hopeful and steadfast in their commitment to building a united and peaceful nation that everyone can take pride in. He reassured them of government's ongoing efforts. He wished everyone, particularly the people of Plateau State, a peaceful and joyous independence celebration. Still in the spirit of Independence Anniversary celebration, Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), Mr. Olukayode, has called for greater commitment in the fight against economic and financial crimes, as well as with the Commission to promote reforms, progress, and sustainable development. He also expressed optimism that with increased dedication and passion from every Nigerian, the country can improve and make its mark globally while triumphing over corruption. Similarly, Chinese government has congratulated Nigeria income earners in the country. This gesture coincided with the People's Republic of China celebrating its own signing by the Chinese President Xi Jinping. The Republic of China in Lagos, Ms. Yan Yongxin, emphasized China's dedication to making a positive impact, noting the significant contributions of overseas Chinese communities, groups, and enterprises to local economic and social development. She highlighted initiatives like the Renewed Hope Charity Program, which aims to improve livelihoods and assist the poor. As Nigeria and China unite in celebration and collaboration, these compassionate efforts reflect the enduring friendship and shared prosperity between the two nations. The future looks promising as both countries continue to work together for mutual development and welfare of their people. This monumentous occasion not only marks significant milestones, but also reaffirms the invaluable connections and cooperation. Held at the Ibom Hall in Uyo, the state capital, was deeply overshadowed by mourning for the governor's late wife, who was widely known for her extensive humanitarian efforts. Despite the sober mood, Deputy Governor Senator Akoni Aganye, representing Governor Pastor Mweno, read President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's message, which emphasized the importance of unity and resilience in challenging times. Similarly, Secretary to the State Government, Prince Enyobong Uwa, delivered the governor's goodwill's message, outlining plans for innovative policies to boost agricultural productivity and infrastructure. In his homily themed God of all comfort, based on 2 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 3, the officiating minister urged citizens to acknowledge God amidst adversity and sorrow. The day's proceedings included a moment of silence in honor of the late First Lady, prayers for the nation, the state, and the governor's family, culminating in the ceremonial cutting of the 64th Independence Anniversary cake. You're watching ADBN News at 7. Still to come, anticipated 1st October protests fizzles out as security operatives foil attempts in FCT and other states. Remember to watch us on DSTV channel 258, on Star Times channel 140, Avo TV app, Limex World TV app, and Niger TV app. For more stories, visit our website on www.adbntv.com. Stay with us for more news reports after the break.
No matter wetin I see, enough fit make mouth heavy to talk am. That's now why people they talk.
You know wetin dey worry you, but you no go fit take help yourself.
In this kind of situation now, what if they really no talk to Ona? Wetin be the way forward?
They go bury our chairman on Thursday. We go remain here.
Make we talk good where we dey see good, and where we know say we not dey see good, make we also dey talk am.
No woman, no mother deserve to know the grave of his child.
The bank manager and the bank executive, they are the one the government should first face.
People They Talk, the show on Monday to Friday by 5 p.m. on top ADBN TV.
Welcome to the Niger Delta, a region of incredible beauty and stark contrast. From its breathtaking landscapes to its rich cultural heritage, this is a place where history and modernity collide. But beneath this serene surface lies a story of struggle and resilience. The Niger Delta is the lifeblood of Nigeria's economy, home to vast oil reserves that fuel the nation, yet it is a land where the people fight for their share of the wealth. Join us on the program Niger Delta Today as we explore the heart of the Niger Delta, discover the vibrant cultures, the struggles for environmental justice, and the stories of the people who call this place home. This is the Niger Delta, a land of contrast, a story of resilience, a journey of hope. Don't miss our exclusive series, Niger Delta Today, every day at 12 noon, only on ADBN TV. Witness the untold stories, experience the journey, be part of the change.
Welcome back to ADBN News at 7. Now, the rest of the news. The much anticipated Fearless in October protest at Eagle Square in Abuja took an unexpected turn today as no demonstrator showed up. Security operatives had blocked all entrances to Eagle Square, but the expected crowd was nowhere to be seen, leaving the area quiet and empty. This comes despite early expectations of a large turnout of protesters. ADBN FCT correspondent Naomi Oleribe completes the report.
Huge security presence was noticeable from the Federal Secretariat to the national ministries surrounding Eagle Square. Police officers were seen directing vehicles to reroute as no cars were allowed near the square. Speaking with a cross-section of residents, many expressed concerns over the need for the government to improve the standard of living for Nigerians.
There's nothing to celebrate about. There's nothing to celebrate. We are not enjoying the fuel. We are not enjoying the government. We are not enjoying the food. To pay school fees is hard. And the landlords are there waiting for you. So what are you celebrating?
Considering the mirage of problems in the country, I don't think within this time the government will be able to achieve all the problems we have. Although I still have some reservation about the present government in terms of the hardship that we are all experiencing in Nigeria today. Nobody is immune from this hardship. The rich, the average, the poor. So in that aspect, I don't think the government have been doing so much in alleviating the sufferings of the masses.
If you are hungry, you will not know. They say a hungry man is an angry man. So I think it's pertinent for one to come and express his or her feelings as far as human life is concerned.
Meanwhile, other parts of the FCT, such as Jabi, Utako, and Berger Junction, witnessed protesters being dispersed by security forces using tear gas in an effort to halt the demonstrations. This is Eagle Square. This is where the hashtag Fearless in October protest was scheduled to hold in Abuja. However, up till now, no protester is on ground. Only security agencies are seen. The protest was scheduled to raise the awareness to the government on negative issues affecting Nigerians, issues like poverty, hike in transportation fare, and hunger in general. Naomi Oleribe, Adbn News.
In Ogun State, the Commissioner of Police, CP Abiodun Alamut, stated that there have been no reports of protest in any part of the state. He made this announcement while providing updates on the ongoing #Fearless in October protests occurring in various regions of the country. Similarly, the State Commandant of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, David Ojelabi, confirmed that no protesters have been reported in Ogun. Meanwhile, a significant presence of security personnel, including soldiers, police, and officers from the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, were observed at the Mushuda Biola International Stadium in Kutu, Abeokuta, one of the designated venues for the protest. Recall that on Monday, the State High Court in Abeokuta restricted members of the #Fearless in October protest groups to specific locations, including the MKO Abiola Stadium in Abeokuta, Gateway International Stadium in Shagamu, Dikbo Dina Stadium in Ijebu-Ode, and the Ansar Uddin Comprehensive High School in Ota. Moving on, spokesman of the opposition lawmakers coalition in the National Assembly, Honorable Ikenga Imo Ugochinyere, has lauded the Federal High Court Rivers State Judicial Division for affirming the Rivers State local government elections will proceed as scheduled on the 5th October. During a media briefing in Abuja, Honorable Ugochinyere expressed his approval of the judgment and urged leaders of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to awaken and restore the party.
That an order of mandatory injunction be made and is hereby issued, compelling the Rivers State government and the governor of Rivers State by themselves or by their agents, servants or representatives to make adequate provision for election into local government councils in Rivers State and to ensure that the affairs of the local government council in Rivers State are conducted by democratically elected local government councils. Further ordered that mandatory injunction be and is hereby issued, compelling the first defendant to conduct election into local government councils of Rivers State on the 5th day of October 2024 or on any other date fixed by the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission in accordance with the electoral guidelines in order to comply with the Supreme Court judgments and to take all necessary steps towards the conduct of the said election, including sale of forms to candidates and their parties.
The federal lawmaker called the ruling by Justice IPC Igwe a victory for democracy, criticizing pro-Wike lawmakers for seeking court injunctions to undermine the electoral process while others are actively campaigning for votes.
The timeline for this election is as given by the Supreme Court, as given by the law setting up the State Independent Electoral Commission, as given by the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission law, and also as given by the directive of the federal government that if democratically elected local government is not in place, they cannot access the allocation. And it's also important I say this. Over 15 states have done local government election. Everybody's in a race. Yes, the process may not be perfect in some of the states, but something has started, courtesy of what the president did by going to the Supreme Court to get that order that that election must be democratically elected, to get that order that if you don't do it democratically, you cannot get the allocation of the state. The rest is for us lawmakers and Nigeria to now change the law to ensure we make the process more independent. But others don't even want it to happen, and there are those who are working for the president.
And now to news reports on the foreign scene. Survivors of the monsoon floods that devastated Nepal over the weekend have criticized the government for its inadequate relief efforts following a disaster that claimed at least 225 lives. Entire neighborhoods in the capital, Kathmandu, were submerged along with remote villages while still awaiting assistance. The floods disproportionately affected the poorest residents of Kathmandu, particularly those living in precarious slums along the banks of the Bagmati River and its tributaries. According to police, at least 225 people have died in the floods, with another 24 reported missing, while over 4,000 individuals have been rescued. Experts pointed out that authorities failed to adequately prepare for the disaster despite forecasts of several storms. Nepali disaster management expert Bahadur Thepa noted that gaps in coordinated and resources hindered the rescue efforts. Each year, monsoon rains bring widespread devastation in forms of floods and landslides across South Asia, with over 300 people reportedly dead in rain-related incidents in Nepal this year alone. Elsewhere, a devastating fire engulfed a bus in northern suburb of Bangkok, carrying 38 children from kindergarten age to young teenagers and 6 teachers on a school trip. The bodies of the victims were so severely burnt that officials have been unable to provide an exact death toll. While identifying the remains could take several days, Interior Minister Anutin Karvahatkul reported that while 21 people escaped the blaze, 23 remain unaccounted for and are likely deceased. Some of the survivors suffered horrific burns to their faces, mouths, and eyes and are reported by doctors treating them as severely burnt. The bus was one of the 3 transporting children from the Watkoho Paria Sankara School in Uthia Tinya province to a science museum in northern Bangkok for the purpose of a field trip. Still on the foreign scene, Israeli military have urged residents in over 20 areas of southern Lebanon to evacuate following its announcement of ground raids across the border. Army spokesperson Avikai Adhari stated on X that the Israel Defense Force (IDF) did not wish to harm civilians and emphasized the need for immediate evacuation for their safety. He warned that anyone near the Hezbollah members, installations, or combat equipment is at risk and advised them to move north of the Al-Wali River near the coastal city of Sidon. Israeli ministry reported that its forces, supported by airstrikes and artillery, conducted targeted ground raids on Hezbollah positions along the borders, citing an immediate threat to northern Israeli communities. They also cautioned Lebanese civilians against traveling in vehicles within the southern border zone. Hezbollah initiated low-intensity strikes on Israeli troops shortly after Hamas carried out a significant attack on Israel on 7th October 2023, which led to Israel's extensive offense on the Gaza Strip. In the meantime, Tunisian politician Mr. Ayachi Zamel, a candidate in the upcoming presidential election on 6th of October, has been sentenced to 12 years in prison. His lawyer, Abdista Musdi, informed the press that the Tunis court imposed a sentence across 4 cases related to voter endorsements, however, adding that Zamel remains a candidate in the election. The front-runner of the election is the incumbent president, Kais Saied, who was elected in 2019 but later orchestrated a significant power grab, dissolving parliament and establishing a legislature with limited authority. Zamel, a former lawmaker leading a small liberal party, was one of only 2 candidates approved by Tunisia's electoral authority to challenge Saied for the presidency, while the authority rejected the bids for approximately 14 other hopefuls. Ultimately, a final list of 3 candidates was released, which includes Saied, former parliamentary Zawhir Maghzoui, and businessman Zamel. On the 18th of September, Zamel was also given a 20-month prison sentence for charges related to forging voter endorsements. And now to news on the sports desk. Former Barcelona and Spain star Andres Iniesta is poised to announce his retirement from professional football on 8th October 2024. The 40-year-old midfielder has been without a club since leaving the UAE side Emirates club this summer after his contract expired. Iniesta, celebrated for scoring the winning goal in the 2010 World Cup final in South Africa, is widely regarded as one of the greatest players of all time. During his illustrious career, Iniesta played 674 matches for for FC Barcelona, scoring 57 goals and providing 135 assists. He won an impressive 32 trophies with the club, including 9 La Liga titles, 4 UEFA Champions League titles, and 6 Copa del Rey trophies. As Nigeria marks its 64th Independence Day today, the nation reflects on significant achievements in sports. ADBN sports editor Samuel Adeleke examines these milestones and considers ways to enhance Nigeria's performance in sport. The report.
Yes, Nigerian athletes have made remarkable contributions on national, continental, and global stages. One of the first to announce Nigeria's presence in the sporting world was Richard "Dick Tiger" Ietu, who became the country's first boxing champion, winning the middleweight title in 1962 and the light heavyweight title in 1966. Another historic moment occurred when Ojim Mayegun became Nigeria's first Olympic medalist at the 1964 Summer Games in Tokyo, winning bronze in the men's light middleweight category. In football, Nigeria has claimed the Africa Cup of Nations 3 times, starting with its inaugural victory in 1980 when the Green Eagles triumphed over Algeria 3-0. The Super Eagles have qualified for the FIFA World Cup 6 times and achieved a top 5 ranking in 1994, the highest ever for an African team. The Golden Eaglets remain the most successful team in under-17 international football, winning 5 FIFA Under-17 World Cups and finishing as runners-up 3 times. Additionally, Nigeria have made history as the first African nation to win Olympic gold in football at the 1996 Olympics, completing a remarkable comeback against Brazil in the semi-finals, capped by a sudden death goal from Nwankwo Kanu. It's also important to highlight Chioma Ajunwa, who remains the country's only individual gold medalist at the Olympics to date. In recent achievements, Tobi Amusan made history in 2022 by becoming the first Nigerian to secure the African, Commonwealth, and World Championship titles in the women's 100 meters hurdles within the same year. The D Tigress have also made significant strides, becoming the first African team to reach the quarterfinals in Olympic basketball. Despite these successes, sports journalists believe there is potential for even greater accomplishments and suggested ways to move forward.
We need to build facilities. We need to train professionals who can help us train these athletes to get to the top. When I say facilities, football pitches, courts, that can help players go professional, and then to be commercialized. You build field, whether natural, artificial. These facilities can make you money. This sports sector, facilities to be precise, is one of the booming sectors currently across the world, and Nigerians need to key into this. I think we need to do more.
Surely we can improve the sports again in Nigeria very soon. First of all, we need to start from school sports. Take sport down to school, catch them young from the primary, secondary, the university level. Don't forget, we need to have the Shell Cups and all this competition where we annex young talent. So I think it's something we need to improve on seriously. And secondly, we need to also get infrastructures. Building infrastructures. The reason why basketball is one of the biggest sports in America is simple, is because in every street there is a basketball, whether it's a full court or a half court. So we need to improve on infrastructures in wrestling, boxing, swimming. I think every state should have a proper stadium that has all the facilities.
It is hoped that the sporting sector will continue to uplift the spirits of Nigerians, given the wealth of talent within the country. Samuel Adeleke, ADBN Television News.
And that's it on ADBN TV News this evening. Remember to watch us on DSTV channel 258, on Star Times channel 140, Avo TV app, Limex World TV app, and Niger TV app. For more stories, visit our website on www.adbntv.com. Remember, you can also watch us live from every part of the world by logging on to www